Are we live? We are live! Okay, hi everybody. Just getting started. We're about to start recording the podcast here in a short moment. I'm going to be playing some Mario Bros. 3 tonight. Fresh game, of course, because that's how we roll. Well, obviously it's a fresh game, because I have forgotten that this game does not have save files in the original version until right this second. Waiting on Brandon to join me on Skype, but he's not shown up yet. He will be here shortly, I do believe. Alright. Nintendo's gonna flag us and take some money for this one. You bet your ass. Ah, there's Brandon. Hey, Brandon.
Hello.
You are live. You sound very disappointed about that fact, too. And I'm disappointed. There it is. Okay. Can you throw a list together of the few things that we...
Oh, wait. You do realize playing that game we're going to get, like, tagged on YouTube, right?
Yes, you're going to have to... I mean, I know we are, but it might get us people watching. They'll, you know, the Nintendo, at least they'll leave the video alone. They'll just take money from it. Right now, I just want somebody to watch our damn live stream. If nothing else, we could pull a Jim Sterling and just go back in and post and add Chains of Love to it.
No.
No?
Because then I could never go back and listen to it again.
Okay. Well, what song would you like to use? How about Wait by White Lion?
Oh, God.
Is that better or worse than Chains of Love?
At least I don't picture Jim Sterling dancing.
I mean, do you picture Jim Sterling singing lovingly into the camera? God, the 80s were weird. So you're putting the...
They were weird. I mean, Jesus Christ, didn't he hold like that giant dildo sword?
Yeah, the dildo bat, yeah.
Oh, God.
So if he sings Wait to you while singing... Well, I mean, if he sings Wait by White Lion to you, that means he's singing into the head of the dildo bat. Ah, you son of a bitch. Is that better or worse, Brandon?
Resident Evil Revelations 1 and 2 coming to Nintendo Switch? Really?
Yeah,
Like,
sure is.
in America?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I mean, sort of.
Maybe.
It's sort of cool.
At least it's a mature title.
Yeah, it's something that the other consoles have, for better or worse. I mean, we're telling people what we're going to talk about before we talk about it, but, you know, whatever. Of course, nobody's watching yet. Even though I'm streaming the game that I'm going to be playing. You want to put any limitations on my run, Brandon?
Limitations?
Yeah, like, what do you want me to do in this particular run of Super Mario Bros. 3?
Never die.
Okay, that's not something I can do. I'm not that good at Mario Bros. 3.
Well, then... get good.
Look here, you dumbass, sweaty teenager on the internet. Want your fucking opinion, I'll ask for it. Oh, wait a minute, I just did. Oops. Anyway.
Let's see, I need this. Oh, it's already up.
Just getting us ready to record, I guess.
Yeah.
I am obtaining the first of the 3 warp whistles. Because I do every time I play, like a fucking moron.
You know what I did the last time that I forgot to use?
What's that? I
actually recorded my own Audacity recording to replace my vocals on the other. And I totally fucking forgot to use it.
Oops. That's a mistake. Alright.
1 second. Let's change something.
I'm waiting on the list from you as well.
Fuck it.
I'm going to open up a notepad file as well, so I have access to this.
A list?
Yeah, you're sending me a list of the stories, right? Since I asked you to, like, a couple minutes ago.
I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
Motherfucker. Oh shit, I just died.
Well, that runs over.
No. Douchebag. I'm not, like I said, I'm not that good at this game.
List of links.
Why'd you send me links? I just wanted, like, a short list of what we were doing.
There's a short link. Now, all the links are in one post.
Yeah, one post on Facebook, which I have to close or my computer chugs like an asshole.
Facebook is a serious power hog nowadays. What the fuck?
I have no idea. I cannot believe how much shit it takes to run Facebook, of all things. I'm running YouTube, which is video. And
let's see, I bet Chuck Wendig makes some type of political post.
Sounds like Chuck Wendig. I mean, I can't blame him.
Oh. No. Saw a lady reading my book and was going to say hi, but I'm wearing the same shirt as in the offer photo, and I didn't want to think I only had one shirt. I don't think I've actually read any of his work. I have some books.
I've read one of his Star Wars novels. It's very good.
Is it good for Star Wars, or is it actually good?
Oh, it's actually good. It's a very good book. I quite liked it. I've been meaning to buy and read the Miriam Black novels.
The Miriam Black novels?
Yes. That is the series he is known for. Closing Facebook. Clicking that, so we have at least some version of the link of the stories we're doing.
I have them all open. I don't know what the problem is.
I can't do that. Sorry, anybody who watches the playback. Could have played Resident Evil Revelations if it wasn't so shit at that game. I'm stuck something awful in that game. You have any news stories you want to add to the list before we begin recording?
Not that I'm aware.
You saw nothing on VG 24/7 this week? I know that's where you usually get your stories.
Well, that's because they popping up on Facebook all the damn time.
Oh, you actually follow them on Facebook?
I guess so. I think I might have done it like, you know how these like
contests
sites do contests, yeah, stuff like that. They're just like, hey, follow this and blah 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 blah.
Follow this and follow this and we'll give you something.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why we don't have any listeners. But we don't give any shit away.
I'll give you free listens to our podcast for now and forever.
It has to be something they don't know they want.
And it also has to be something they don't already get.
That's right. But I'm too cheap to buy other people's stuff that I could be buying for myself. Like, I bought the most recent Steve Vai album today. Or rather, Joe bought it for me. And earlier this week, she bought me two more Wii U games. One of which you will be very happy to know that I will finally have a copy that is physical, meaning I will actually play it.
What's that?
Deus Ex.
Oh. I thought you already had that one.
I have never bought that for the Wii U. No. I have the digital for PS3 through PlayStation Plus. Which is part of the reason I've never played it. I also have a copy through Steam. But you know me with PC games, I suck at sitting down and playing a PC game. It's kind of ridiculous. I've beaten like three PC games in the past 5 years.
I gotta say, this is a little ridiculous. Okay, VG 24/7.
Okay.
You know, you go to their site, and you know how most sites have tabs at the top. They have a tab dedicated to Overwatch.
Why does that shock you?
And Destiny and GTA 5, Battlefield, Pokemon. Why is this something that rotates? I don't think I've actually ever visited their site before.
That's not shocking though. You know, largely because those are like, you know, big name titles. As I sit here and play Super Mario Bros. 3 for the 4,000th time, I've probably made Mario slide down that damn hill a billion times in my damn life. Jump, you son of a bitch. There you go. All right.
God, I guess there's one extra thing we could talk about.
What's that?
The absurdity that these video game companies don't realize the nostalgia that their past products have, and they're surprised when they do well. In this instance, the Crash Bandicoot trilogy. They didn't expect it to do well, and it has gone way beyond their expectations, and has opened their eyes to, and they're, you know, wow, our back catalog has, you know, it can make us money. Well, no shit, dumbass.
Send me the story. I'll have a look, and we'll do that.
We had no idea. Fucking asshole.
Ooh, okay. Sorry, we had a watcher for a second. They left. That's sad. Here comes Facebook.
But if I'm not mistaken, Crash that wasn't originally an Activision thing, was it?
No, that was Universal and Sony.
Okay, so that might explain why they have no actual faith in it.
Alright. Promising similar revivals. We'll have to dig up some. Go open a Wikipedia file for anything older that Activision has that anybody actually gives a shit about.
I was just thinking, I was like, what the fuck does Activision even have that we would care about?
We're gonna revive the first 3 Call of Duty games. That's not fair. Activision probably has something else. I mean, they had Pitfall, but I mean, Pitfall's a name that has like seriously fallen off.
Let's see. This isn't looking good.
There we go.
Spyro, but I think they're already doing that one, aren't they?
Well, I mean, I think that's been rumored, so that one's probably going to happen. Spyro has more lately been known as that character in Skylanders.
This is true. And I'm looking at the notable games published.
Pitfall.
And it's not looking good, sir.
Well, I mean, Activision actually used to be a brand that meant something back in like the 80s, because like they're one of the brands I remember having their own type of Atari cartridge.
They had boxing and skiing and Pitfall and River Raid and Robo Tank.
Oh man, River Raiden in Ultra HD.
They even have River Raid 2, so you can get both titles.
Oh sweet, I just got the first up on the first try. Damn right. Man, I've turned 2 I'm about to get my 3rd pair on the card game. Ah, I failed. Alright, I got 3, that's pretty awesome.
Wow, I totally forgot about the True Crime series.
Oh my god, True Crime? People still... I doubt that's going to get revived, because I don't remember that even reviewing well.
No, I completely forgot about it. It used to be a thing for a few years, and just poof.
Well, you know why it used to be a thing? Grand Theft Auto clones. Ah, shit.
Oh, yeah.
Ah! Damn it!
Which, I gotta say, I'm sort of surprised that the clones stopped. It's not like Grand Theft Auto fell out of favor.
You're right, but clones did, except for Crackdown, which is now something that Microsoft and Xbox are, you know, throwing all their faith into. And putting Terry Crews in the game is totally going to make it sell better. We should start recording our show.
Oh, okay. So True Crime turned into Sleeping Dogs, which was a really good game.
Yes, it was. Okay, that's fair. You want to start the recording?
I am recording.
Okay, do you want to start the show? The actual
No.
show? The show we were recording this podcast during?
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh, DJ Hero. Anyway.
Yes, we're getting the HD update of DJ Hero.
DJ Hero, complete with device.
Device? You mean
Yeah,
you
you
mean
know-
cheap plastic turntables?
Well, I mean, it was still a device.
I mean, I guess it was. You're right. All right. Anyway, podcast recording. Let's roll. Actually, let me fight this boss, and then we can roll on podcast recording. Woohoo! Oh shit! Bad jump! Oh my god, I'm fucked. Okay, never mind. I am out of practice, I guess. This isn't as bad as the last time I tried to play this with Dorian on his Wii U. The lag just ruined me in that game. Alright. Here we go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
What?
Gentlemen.
You're doing it? I thought I was doing it.
Oh, you want to do it? You might actually get the word gentleman out without choking on it.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Dr. Nick!
No, I can't do it that way. I'd never be able to do it with a straight face. Okay.
Don't worry, you won't feel a thing until I jam this thing in your ear.
Okay.
Alright, straight face, serious video game journalism.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the Z Trigger Podcast, where everybody runs. I am your host, Brandon, and with me, as always, is
William Hill. I never run.
No. That's because we weren't in the horrible Minority Report game that Activision made back in 2001.
Totally not getting an HD remake.
No.
To commit, you.
God.
Oh no.
Oh,
So
no.
we are. We're going to be discussing some video game stuff tonight, but also I am on YouTube, and if you are watching this on YouTube, hi, you know that you are watching me on YouTube. I am playing Super Mario Bros. 3 tonight. How shocked are we that it took this long for me to play Mario Bros. 3 on our show?
Well, to be fair, you were actually working on other things for a while.
You're right, I was. But, I mean, I am still. But now I want to play Mario Bros. 3 because I don't remember why I specifically want to play Mario Bros. 3. Actually, I do. I looked at... Okay, so I'm playing this on the NES Classic right now, which is why it looks so utterly beautiful in HDMI output, 1080p or whatever the hell your P's and Q's and shit are. I don't know. I'm gonna totally get hit by this shell if I don't fucking chill out. Oh shit. Oh sweet, I killed the fireball. Anyway, I have the book that Prima did, the poorly edited, low-res, image-filled strategy guide type thing they did for the NES Classic. You know, because they're doing one for the Super Nintendo Classic as well. And I was looking at it, and you know, for all of its flaws, I still like the book. I like the articles they put in it. I like the little bit of strategies you get for stuff like Mario Bros. 3 and the Legend of Zelda one, because I suck at the original Legend of Zelda. And the Legend of Zelda 2, that game's harder than hell. So anyway, I was looking at the book and was looking at the Mario 3 part, and I was like, man, I have 2 strategy guides for Mario Bros. 3. Because I also have the one that came out for Mario Advance 4. I'm such a stupid bastard about this game. And so anyway, I was like, you know what? I haven't played this in so long. I want to play Mario Bros. 3. But I know once I play, I'm going to get through like 3 or 4 worlds and stop, because that's usually how a game of Mario 3 runs for me, unless I'm really in the groove and get through the whole thing in a single sitting. which I haven't done in quite some time. But anyway, I was like, okay, well, you know what? If I'm going to play this game for a short amount of time, I should do it for the podcast. And here we are. We're recording a podcast. So, I've been playing other stuff this week, but Brandon, why don't you tell us what you've been playing? It sounds like you haven't been playing very much.
No, because I started reading Lord of Chaos, like, of course, you know, like I told in the book show, like, last week. And this week is just like, I'm finishing this book. Because I want to move to another book. So that's what I did. I did finish it last night. So now I can do other
What
things.
number book is that in that series?
6.
So you're almost to the really bad one.
No, that's, I mean, I guess relatively I am. I mean, we're talking about, what, book 10?
Oh, it's 10?
Most of the,
I thought it was like 8
yeah,
or 9.
No, the really bad one's book 10. Then it gets better with book 11.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, I have been playing Myst 4 Revelations. You know, continuing my Myst kick. I'm stuck in the, I'm guessing it's the Spire Age is what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been doing a puzzle involving power switches and a floating ball of wishes. It was a helicopter. I don't know what else to call it. It's a strange little flying machine, and it goes from one island to another. Oh my god, I died. Terrible form.
Jeez.
I am sucking tonight. This is not going to be a run where I finish. But other than that, I started... so I picked up a couple of Wii U games this week. I actually picked up a couple of Wii U games. Joe's pretty much on a mission to have me at least 25 Wii U games before they leave stores.
Jeez.
And we're at 15 now. Because it's dirt cheap, I've gotten games like Zombie U, and I also got Ninja Gaiden 3. And I don't expect Ninja Gaiden 3 to be, you know, good or anything, but I'm kind of hoping it'll at least be sort of fun. And it is sort of fun, except for the fact that the first boss ruins me. So,
well, it is Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, so at least it's living up to being Ninja Gaiden. Other than that, you know, I've kind of been knocking around on PC trying to find stuff I want to play out of my PC library because I'm still sort of focused on the goal of playing through more of my library of games. You know, it's really funny that I actually got Myst 4 to work. I'm going to kick your ass this time, you goofy bastard. And I don't know. It's like I have a stack of PC games that I have, you know, I have physically, and I'm still trying to hold that to the same like rule of law that I have all my other games, and half of them won't work, I know, and I'll have to download and buy like digital versions and all that crap. So I actually installed Star Wars: The Old Republic, but I haven't turned it on yet.
Mm-hmm.
And part of that's because I don't have anybody to play it with. Part of it's because it left such a bad taste in my mouth last time.
Oh, well, we're talking about the MMO?
Yeah.
You have a copy of the MMO?
Yeah.
Okay, then.
You didn't know that?
No, I have that.
You do?
Dude, I got that for Christmas on the year it came out.
I bought it like the week after it went free to play because Target had it for like $7 in a box. I mean, it's just it's a DVD box with a disc inside that you don't need.
Yeah, I mean, I had it back when you had to pay money to play.
So tell me this, Brandon: is it just me, or is it completely like anti-role playing to play that game?
I mean, it's about as role playing as every other fucking MMO, which means to say it is not. It's just actually, honestly, it is like the most like generic MMO that you can get.
I'm sucking.
It might have changed now, like they might have added stuff and made it different, but so when I played it, it was like, wow, there's absolutely nothing on this aside from being Star Wars that makes it, you know, worth playing.
Well, here's my issue. And this is, you know, kind of like picking into what I don't like about BioWare's role-playing design. And I know I've talked about this on the show before, but it bears repeating because it's still goddamn true. And I keep dying on this easy-ass level. This is pathetic. So my problem with the Old Republic is very simple. You can play as a smuggler, or, you know, as a criminal, you know? A rogue, if you want to get generic. And you can't break the law and still receive rewards from the mission. You can get really crappy rewards, whereas if you went like lovable rogue or complete asshole, you get the good loot that way. And I think it sucks that in order to get good loot, you have to play as an asshole. Like you have to play as an asshole or like as Han Solo. Maybe I want to be Han Solo in A New Hope rather than Han Solo in Return of the Jedi, for fuck's sake. I mean, come on. Let me make my decision, BioWare, and let it be mine. So
honestly, I mean, you're talking about it from like Xbox days. Honestly, doing what they had back then was honestly really new. I mean, yeah, you had their RPGs on the computer, which were they were a little different because they didn't really have the alignment system outside of just the D&D thing, and then it didn't play a role. But I mean, I don't. Even nowadays, I don't expect that to come up.
I don't know. It seems like it's something that should still be in the game. It's not that complicated where you like you can. I mean, like I want to have some reward for role playing, not just playing as like, oh my god, there's a box there I didn't see before. I may play this game again someday and see what's going on there. God damn it! I keep dying in the same fucking spot. How am I doing this, Brandon? I've beaten this game. I've beaten this game before, and I can't get past one of the easiest goddamn levels in World 2. Oh, I'm so irritated by my own lack of quality in playing. But no, I don't know, it just rubs me the wrong way. It's like, this is the most authentic role-playing experience in the Star Wars universe that you can get on the PC, yet don't you dare not play hard left or hard right on Good and Evil. Like, that sucks. Like,
Well, see, the problem is you're trying to argue gameplay. I mean, you either have more gameplay elements or you have less gameplay elements. They were trying to add a reward system to your decision making. Yeah, if you went both ways, you end up fucking yourself.
And I did. Man, did I. Like, I got to this, this... I don't remember exactly what it was called, but you got on a ship to leave the planet in the plot, and sure enough, I couldn't get through that part because my weapon wasn't good enough to kill stuff fast enough, and I didn't have a party, so I was screwed because I was playing completely solo. Which, you know, hey, I finally made it out. Alright. God, oh. Damn it! Okay, I'm gonna live this time. Anyway, finally, as I've used 6 lives to get out of this incredibly easy level, how pathetic. Because I screwed myself, I got stuck. And and as a result, I felt screwed out of continuing the game.
I mean, I see what you want, and it would be nice, but I feel like there's something. I mean, because look, even Witcher 3 doesn't do that.
But The Witcher 3 doesn't tout this incredibly deep moral choice system that BioWare always likes to flaunt about.
No, it doesn't, and
it's better for it, really, because
it's also a different type of experience.
It is, absolutely, but it's a better kind of experience because it does have, like, your choices mean something in The Witcher 3, but it never says whether what you did was good or bad. It lets you make that decision on your own. It lets you carry the moral weight of your decisions on your own. And I think that's one of the most brilliant things about Witcher 3 in terms of telling its story.
But the problem with Star Wars is it is a universe that is hinged on decisions, like your moral compass. It is very much hinged on that. Whether you're a Jedi or not, people do pay attention to how much good or bad you do.
Oh, sweet, 5 lives. Okay, that's actually a very good point. That is actually the only good defense I've ever really heard for that design aesthetic in the Old Republic.
I mean, honestly, to me, it's still not a very good argument.
No, it's not.
Basically, there is a better way to do it, but I don't think you're ever going to get the freedom that you want in a Star Wars game.
No, I probably won't. And frankly, it wouldn't bother me so much if BioWare didn't, suck their own cock so much. If they didn't think that they were the absolute be-all, end-all of role-playing game design, it would not bother me. But it does, because they keep making games like Mass Effect Andromeda that aren't very good, and continue to say that they are great role-playing game designers. Well, they don't say that, but you know what I mean.
Hell, that studio's not around anymore.
The one that made Andromeda, they are shut down, aren't they?
Yeah, they shut them down. Well, I mean, they at least didn't fire them. They just absorbed them into the people who are making Anthem.
Oh, so they didn't really shut them down. They just made them part of a soulless corporate entity that's making a soulless knockoff of Destiny, which was
sort of. I mean, technically that studio is gone. They did officially close it. They just moved the employees to somewhere else instead of just getting rid of them. Which is, is better. At least people didn't lose their jobs.
That's true. They could have pulled a classic EA and fired everybody. But that's what I would expect, because EA is in fact the devil.
Yeah, I who is surprised that they shut that studio down? That's what they do every fucking time a game fails. They never say, "Oh, that was our fault." No, they go, "That was your fault. You're shut down. You're never making another. You're not making a game by yourself anymore."
Oh noes. Well, we always have.
Lord knows they won't take blame themselves.
Absolutely not.
they're the ones.
God forbid they take credit for destroying a game like Ultima 8 or 9,
or Command and Conquer, or Dead Space, or hell, fucking Dragon Age, Mass Effect. The list will probably just go on endlessly.
Oh, no doubt. The fact is there's probably more studios that have been shut down by EA than some publishers have released games. And that's really sad because, there were some great PC studios back in the 90s like Bullfrog and, of course, Origin Systems and now Westwood. And soon it'll be BioWare getting out of that list. Although I don't see them making BioWare the name of their next crappy online content delivery service like they did Origin. Didn't find... I'll take that. Okay. So, but yeah, I don't know. EA, clearly I don't have a lot of fondness for EA anymore. I used to be able to defend some of the stuff they do, but I can't actually think of the last time I wanted to buy an EA game new. And seeing as I buy way too many goddamn games, that's not a good sign of what they do as a studio. I missed it. I'm really bad at the tile, the little sliding imaging game to get extra lives in this game. Oh god, Brandon, I am so glad I threw this game in. When was the last time you actually played Mario Bros. 3?
Forever.
It's been a... You're not as obsessed with it as I am. I went the wrong one. I'm an idiot. So anyway, what is on the docket for tonight? Since, we've had our ritual, our weekly ritual of bashing the shit out of EA.
Well, I mean, speaking of Anthem, the lead designer died.
Well, that's not a good thing to do after we've just spent an hour or 10 minutes bashing EA. Oh, tell us about him and his legacy of things he did.
He was involved with Mass Effect.
That's a good thing. That's better than Anthem's gonna be.
See, he included titles like Sonic Chronicle, Dragon Age Origins, Mass Effect 2 and 3.
Hey, 2's not bad. It's not as good as 1.
It's not great either.
Man, there are some people who would be like, "Oh my God, Mass Effect 2's the bestest there."
No, fuck that noise. In terms of an actual being an RPG based on what I expect from BioWare, you cannot do better than the first one ever, because it was an RPG, and it didn't bullshit around with trying to be an action game than what it was. You know, yes, I could shoot, but it was still an RPG.
Yes, it was, and you know what? It also had the wasn't it the Mako, the little car you could go and drive around the different planets.
Yes,
I'm a sucker for the Mako. I know it's not good, but I love the Mako. I am weird.
That's one of the only things that I am actually looking forward to when I finally get around to playing Andromeda. Is they pretty much brought that back.
Oh, don't tell me that. You're gonna make me want to play the game, and I don't want to play that game.
So I mean, not only did they take that away in 2 and 3, but they took away majority of the RPG elements, and I mean, I don't know. It was not a BioWare game after the first one.
It was an EA game at that point. You're right.
Yes. Same thing with Dragon Age. I mean, what's funny is they did the exact same thing to Mass Effect 2 that they did to Dragon Age 2. But for whatever reason, people love Mass Effect 2 but hated Dragon Age 2. Now, I didn't like Dragon Age 2, but I wasn't that big of a fan of the first one either.
I don't know anybody that likes Dragon Age 2. I know plenty of people who like the first one, but not the second one. I've heard the worst about the second one.
It was bad.
Well, it is very sad that this man has passed. I feel we're going to send our condolences to his family. Tell me though, Brandon, the first game you mentioned on the list was Sonic Chronicles, the BioWare RPG of Sonic the Hedgehog,
which I own.
Have you? How much have you played of that?
Not much. I've attempted to play it before, but I'm bad at playing my console game, but I'm really bad at my handheld games. So I've not really touched that one all too much.
But you've played it some, right? Like, you could tell me... Damn, I just died again.
I mean,
what can you tell me about that game? Because that's such a strange concept. It was strange enough when Mario did RPG, but Sonic is not even sedate enough for an RPG like Mario is.
I can tell you what people thought of it. People liked it. I can't really tell you much about the gameplay because it's been so long, I don't remember.
I remember videos of it showing, like, actual running and, like, loop-de-loops and stuff on the terrain. Like, it was really trying to be like Mario RPG. But God, that's just another one in the long line of games where Sega was trying to keep Sonic relevant. Which, you know, has been a chore altogether. I mean, the first time people have been legitimately excited for a Sonic game, and that excitement hasn't been silenced close to release, is Sonic Mania. And that's because it's essentially just Sonic 3.5.
Sonic Mania.
God, I'm actually legitimately excited about that game coming out in a week and change. I have my copy paid for. So I got my stupid statue of Sonic standing on top of the Genesis.
Oh my lord.
Hey man, I don't care. I think that thing is cool as hell, and I put my money down just to have that statue. And also, yes, I got the game as well. But I've got the Sonic statue, and that's really cool. I mean, it kind of plays on the fact that, you know, I love my Genesis, which I'm very strange in that I didn't have Genesis as a kid, and I love the Genesis as much as I do. And I'm super looking forward to playing this. The game looks great, and unlike, like I said, every other Sonic game that I haven't, you know, been cognizant of its release, you know, going from the the GameCube forward, where I've been able to follow the game's press, you know, right up to a game's release. You know how, you know, they call it the Sonic hype cycle, where it's like, oh my god, it's a new Sonic game, it looks great, and then the game gets closer to release, and then it just like dies down, and after it comes out, nobody gives a shit anymore. That's not been the case with this game. It's still getting videos and you know, stuff from like all the major press outlets and previews of people playing it at events and stuff like PAX and whatnot. All have had events for Sonic Mania. And it's almost like they're undoing all of the dumb press and bad shit that's been happening as a result of Sonic being announced in the past couple of years. It's uncanny. It's like it's dodging every bullet that usually gets shot at the Sonic franchise. By the way, how the hell does Mario shoot fireballs underwater? Anyway.
I don't know.
That is
You're asking a question about a game from
1988 originally, and then 1990 here in the States. Things that would not happen anymore. 2-year separation between game releases. So yeah, I'm legitimately excited for Sonic Mania. I may be one of like 20 people who is still, you know, ready for that game to come out. You know, and not being cynical about it. My copy's paid for. I can't wait to put my giant Sonic statue up in my room, or in my office.
Oh boy.
Hey man, you don't hear any remorse in my voice about that one. You know, how about this? Would you recommend that I pick up Sonic: The Dark Brotherhood if I see it in a store for a decent amount?
Probably, yeah. I mean, it wasn't a bad game by no means.
I'm going to die a lot in this level. I should probably suit up with some better gear, because I've never been good at this level. Alright, here we go. If I have fire, it will be easy, and I like easy. So, speaking of Nintendo, though, the SNES Classic is actually going to get pre-orders. Like, not like the Walmart pre-orders that got canceled 2 weeks later or whatever. It's
fucking bastards.
Yeah, I can't believe that I hope they at least give you the option to get back on the pre-order.
Oh no, they're not. Yeah, the same option that everybody else has. Be up there when it happens, mofo.
Sweet, getting out. That shows bad business on Walmart's part then, because they should at least give somebody like you who did the pre-order the chance to get in, you know, first before anybody else. Otherwise, it's like a great big middle finger to anybody who actually did get in the first time. But for me, you know, Joe and I are both watching, and she's got email alerts set up so that if it happens, that she might be able to get one. For me, because we won't sell it if we get it. We're not one of those douchebags. You know, I'm still kind of it's still offensive to me, anybody who does, you know, buy these consoles like this or the Switch specifically to sell, because this shit's like really fun. Like, it's actual video game systems that people want to buy, and somebody's gonna, you know, go out there and, I mean, I'm not saying it's illegal or anything, and clearly it's their money, but it's douchey as shit to spend $80 on something and then flip it for $400 or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that, one, that people who want one actually get one, and that it's not just a bunch of goddamn scalpers. That will be the most upsetting thing if that happens, rather than, oh shit, okay. Sorry, I'm playing the Bertha level, one of the Bertha levels, which is in World 3 with the big fish that, you know, can eat you in one hit. You know, the levels that my sister and I used to argue about who would get stuck doing these levels, so I got better at them. I just died again. I'm probably not going to make it through this run. I'm about to run out of lives. Yeah, like I said, I hope that the people who want an SNES Classic to play the games rather than to sell it will actually get one, and that and I hope that all the retailers only sell one to each person, in the pre-order cycle, and I hope that whenever the stores get them, that they only sell one to each person as well, because fuck scalpers, as we have said so many times on this damn show. By the way, I actually saw an update on N4G a couple days ago saying that that there was actually the most substantial Switch shipment since launch actually went to Japanese stores last week, probably to coincide with Splatoon. Ooh, hello glitch. Oh shit! Damn it, I died. So Nintendo's trying to get systems in stores for the thing that they're going to keep in production more than one time. So I'm going to skip a world, Brandon. Fuck World 3. What world do you want to go to?
World 3.
Go to hell. Your options are 5, 6, and 7. That's Sky World, Ice World, and Pipe World.
Why did it skip 4?
I don't have any idea. Maybe because skipping World 3 to go to World 4 is kind of lazy. I don't know.
What if you just really like World 4 but don't want to go through World 3 to get there?
Then you should have used a warp whistle at World 2. Or 1.
Jeez.
I mean, I've got 3 of the damn things. I always get all 3 warp whistles. I'm going to go to World 5. It's my favorite world. And if you really decide that you want me to go to World 6 or 7, I can use another warp whistle. Because I have 3 of them. Oh, no, that said, I am looking forward to the book because I'm really hoping that Prima does a better job with their SNES Classic book than they did the NES Classic book. Like, I'm hoping it has higher resolution images and that they, have better coverage for the various games. Like, they should actually do, like, strategy guides in those books for the role-playing games. Like, one of the things I think is so irritating about the... Damn you, chain chomp dick. Oh, that's actually really interesting. I did not know that there was a good trick for getting it 99 lives in 3-4, and I just skipped World 3. Oops. Not that I was getting through level 3 anyway of World 3. I was saying a thing. Oh, the Prima book. Because, frankly, it would be nice to have a quality, like, visually oriented strategy guide for something like Secret of Mana, or Final Fantasy VI deserves a new print of a strategy guide. One that's better than the Prima book. Well, not, was it Prima? No, the Brady Games book from the Final Fantasy Anthology Collection.
Mm-hmm.
So, especially Secret of Mana, because I'm pretty sure that even buying Nintendo Powers that have Secret of Mana coverage in it costs a small fortune, because Nintendo Power magazines are expensive to buy a lot of the old issues for. Okay. Oh, I fell.
Shit.
And because... Oh, okay, cool, I got my mushroom anyway. I've actually been able to get up to the top before, but... Oh, man. Oh, hell, that was really bad. Oh, man, I am playing an embarrassingly bad game of Mario 3 tonight, Brandon. I wish I had my my last full run of Mario 3 on tape in some way, shape, or form, because it was pretty glorious. I haven't done that in so long. Well, anyway, you're still trying to get an SNES Classic, though. You're not turning into one of the many people who have become cynical of the entire thing and are just gonna get a Raspberry Pi with an emulator and all that jazz.
I'm cynical, but I'm not doing that. Listen, if I want one of these things, I'm not going to buy something that requires me to put work into to make it function. I'm not fucking stupid.
You're not stupid.
Yeah, I mean, those things just don't, function right out of the box. You have to get them set up, and then you have to, then you have to get them, No, it's just, no. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to buy one of the things. If I was going to fucking mess with some Raspberry Pi, I would just take, my damn my PSP is rooted, is hacked. If I want to do something, I'll just put it on that, but I don't. So why would I buy a Raspberry Pi? Oh, good lord.
Sorry. We had a question in the chat, and you were talking, and I didn't want to interrupt you. Yes, I do play old games a lot. I do not stream as much as I should, but I did do a run of Riven last week, as I just said in the chat. And that was fun. I didn't record the last part, and I'm still trying to decide whether or not I want to go back and do that.
Yes, you should. You rob these people of the ending.
Well, if I show the ending, I literally show the answer to the last puzzle.
But you still, I mean, don't you still have to go out and do the other puzzles to make the last puzzle work? Or is it one of the, like with Myst, you just need to know that the 2 pages you actually need are on the starting island?
Okay, so here's how Riven works in terms of its puzzles, and I will be covering this in a video soon if I can sit down and actually do the editing and recording and stuff, because I haven't had time. I've had a really long week at work. So Riven, it's a point-and-click adventure game from the golden age of point-and-click adventures in the late 90s. Yay, my favorite part of the game. And whenever you are playing the game, you are ultimately finding the solution to 2 puzzles. One is the puzzle that gets you into Moiety Age, which involves identifying animal sounds, which is a lot more difficult than it sounds, and then matching it to these stones and hitting those stones in the right order to access a book to take you to the age. And the other one is the marble puzzle, which involves identifying the colors associated with logos found on domes on the island, and then also placing those marbles on a grid that is tied to the location of said domes on the various islands of the game. That is a mouthful to say out loud, Jesus. Now, the grid location never changes. The animals that you have to identify never change. What does change is the solution to open the telescope at the end of the game that accesses the Starfisher. That changes, and also, oh god, what was the other thing that changes at the end in that game? It's one of the things found in Gen's journal on disc 3. So there are 2 things that are completely randomized, and then everything else is entirely about exploring the map. And it's all, and Riven is fascinating, but you have to go into it expecting exactly what Riven is, which is a 1990s point-and-click game that is all still frame images. There are like FMV low-quality video animations, and that's it as far as like movement. It's a very old-fashioned experience, but I have a fondness for what Cyan Worlds developed back at the time. I need to beat this thing, and I am not going to be able to do it.
Well, at the time, they were the only ones that were heavily into puzzles. I mean, the other adventure games had puzzles, but it was never...
They were never quite as esoteric as Riven.
No. I still remember having to do the stupid sound ones from Myst, and just
to get into the rocket ship, the age on the rocket ship, you had to match keyboard tones to these sliders. God, that game was harder than hell. But, you know, the thing that's really interesting, you know, going from Myst to Riven, is that Myst is a collection of obscure and challenging puzzles in a beautiful, pre-rendered world. Riven is a collection of 2 puzzles with tons of world building that tells you the answers. And as a result, Riven makes for a better game here, you know, 20 years later. God, I'm old. I'm old. I like Myst and Riven, and I fondly look upon them. You know, I still need to read the books. You know, and you know, when I do that, you have the first one, right? You have the first Myst book, right?
Yeah.
When I
do those require, like, you know the game?
The first book, the Book of Atris, if I recall correctly, is actually a prequel to Myst.
Okay.
So I imagine it helps. Depending on whose review you read of the book from, you know, whenever that book was released, you may want to know the game. Some would say you don't need to. To answer our viewer, I have beaten Super Mario Bros. 3 at least 3 times. I'm sometimes good at this game. Sometimes I'm garbage at it. Today I'm garbage at it. Today I'm very bad.
I watched you
Die?
Die and get hit numerous times.
And also get the card puzzle wrong a few dozen times as well. Let's see, this one, no. Ah, shit. Let's see. It's not that one. Oops. Oh no, this is definitely not my first time beating it. My first time beating Mario Bros. 3 was when I was younger, and I played on the Mario All-Stars cartridge. I then beat it on Mario Advance 4 for the Game Boy Advance, which is probably the easiest way to beat it. And when I finally got a complete in-box copy, no warp pipes. Whenever I did that, whenever I did these runs, I mean, I collect them all each time just because it's fun, but I don't really use them until unless I'm doing things like tonight. I'm just kind of screwing around. So the third time I beat it was on the original NES cartridge, which I found a complete in-box copy when I was living in Louisiana, and that is one of my prized gaming artifacts because God, I love Mario 3. And but I haven't beaten it since that. I've tried to beat it on the Wii U, but the lag, if you're playing it on the TV from the controller, is bad.
Yeah, it is.
Brandon would know.
I think that was the first time I've actually tried any of the Virtual Console games on the Wii U. I was really surprised because the Wii doesn't have that problem.
No, it doesn't. It's terrible. And you know me, I mean, I'm a sucker for Nintendo. I love what Nintendo does, and I love what they make because I'm 8 at heart, I guess. Mm-hmm. Hey, it's the Sky part of Sky World. I love this game.
But what's so weird is I would have expected it to be the reverse.
Better.
Because the game is stored on the machine. It's not stored on the control pad.
Yeah, I know. Because you were playing. Oh shit! Oops.
Whoopsie! No, I was playing A Link to the Past.
Yeah, and you were noticing this better on the screen than it is on the gamepad. Our viewer right here has quite the excellent game console collection as well. I do love having a mighty console collection, although I've got some consoles that nobody loves, like the 32X. Like the 32X.
There's some people who like the 32X. No one likes the Virtual Boy. I
like the 32X. I mean, I sort of like the Virtual Boy depending on the game. Like Wario World's pretty good.
Well, as long as you tape the thing to your head, sure, why not?
Okay, Brandon, so our viewer has said that his favorite Mario game is Super Mario World. What is your favorite Mario game? Because I don't think I know this answer off the top of my head.
I guess I'll probably say Super Mario World if I had to pick one. That's probably the one I played the most, at least the one I remember playing the most. Now, if we're going to go to any type of Mario game, then I might have to go into a completely random direction and say Super Mario RPG.
That's not random. That's a lot of people's favorite Mario game. Although, I remember one time you were a really, really big fan of Mario Tetris. Not Tetris, tennis, not Mario Tetris.
Well, that's because it's easy. It was an easy... I enjoy some sports games, right? And for whatever reason, Marios are just fun. I mean, they're not trying to be simulations or anything, so they're easier to play. And it had RPG mechanics, and, it was just a fun little game to play.
Yeah, those were made by Camelot, if I'm not mistaken, right? The studio.
I don't remember. Actually, yeah, I think so.
So
that's a long time ago, sir.
So clearly, Mario Bros. 3 is my favorite Mario game. Although it's very weird. The reason why it's very strange. Okay, so my first Mario game that was all my own was Super Mario World because the Super Nintendo was my first console. Still love Super Mario World. It's probably my second favorite. Probably contested now in a way by not New Super Mario Brothers, but Mario 3D World. Love Mario 3D World. So I love the maps and I love the game design, and Super Mario World's excellent. It is an absolute masterpiece. But the first Mario game I ever played was Mario Bros. 3, and that's because my uncle brought his NES to my house, and I played it when I was like 4 years old. Like, my parents had me on videotape explaining how to play Mario Bros. 3 to the adults in the room. And
of course they do.
Because I was an arrogant little shit even at 4. And then I got Mario All Stars for my Super Nintendo, which was an amazing Christmas gift that year. And all I wanted to play was Mario Brothers 3. I did want to play. I wanted to be better at Mario 1, and Mario 2 was so hard and esoteric to me. So I played Mario 3, but there was something wrong. It wasn't the Mario 3 that I played on the NES. It didn't look right. It was pretty, but it didn't look right. And it was always kind of an obsession of mine to play and beat Mario 3 in its original version, which I didn't get a chance to even try to until the Wii came out. So, and New Super Mario Bros. Wii is excellent. I think that what Nintendo's been doing with keeping the series going in with 2D with the newer games is excellent. I've beaten both of the New Super Mario Bros. I've beaten all the New Super Mario Bros. Titles except for New Super Mario Bros. 2. And that's because I don't have it. I never bought that one. And Nintendo doesn't price drop their games at all. So, oh, it just died because I'm playing for garbage. I do love some Mario games. I love Nintendo's hardware and I love their systems, and that's why I'm glad whenever any third party tries to support it. Although, oddly enough, okay, so this one was on the bill for discussion tonight. There was a rumor going when the Switch kind of, started coming out, and they did like whenever the Street Fighter 2 was coming out, and they said they were going to be basing their support for the system off of the sales of Street Fighter. Always hated that enemy. And I was like, okay, that's excellent. Cool. And then the rumor started hitting, whenever, if this game sells, it sounds like they've got a port of Resident Evil 7 going. Because whenever Resident Evil 7 was in development, Capcom went to Nintendo and said, hey, your game system is not powerful enough, it needs to be stronger, or we will not support it. And they made it, they gave more power, so that Capcom would make games for them. So I'm a little disappointed that this is the Resident Evil games that we're getting. We're getting Revelations 1 and 2 for the Switch. And I have both of those for the Wii U and PS4. Brandon, you and I have tried to play Resident Evil Revelations 2 on the PS4. Do you remember that?
No.
Yeah, it was the co-op game. And we got stuck really fast in the first episode.
Oh, well, then I guess there's a reason why. I mean, I might buy it anyway, just so, hey, I have another game, and it's Resident Evil, and it's not a shitty Resident Evil. It's not a great Resident Evil.
It is certainly
Resident Evil. But I already have one on PC, so no, I have one of them on PC because the second one they haven't released a complete thing of it yet. You still have to buy it by episodes, and I'm not doing that.
That's bizarre because you can get a complete set on any console.
Now, I want to say the last time I looked, they do not have a complete set on PC.
That is odd. So, continue our conversation with our friend in the chat. Here's a funny story. So, my parents played the Mario games. They're the only games that my parents ever really played with me when I was growing up, as far as video games. But then it was this is a little embarrassing, I guess, if you really put it in context. But the first person to beat any of the Mario games in my house was my mom. My mom was like obsessed with beating Mario World and Mario 2 back when they were coming out, back whenever we were playing them on the Super Nintendo. So she beat World 3 and 2. She never beat Mario 1. So I actually bought my parents a Wii whenever I was in college. Remember trying to do that and help me out with that, Brandon?
Yes, vaguely.
I'm gonna go on to another world since I'm dying a lot, and if I'm gonna die a lot, I should die a lot in a different setting. And which one do you want me to die in, Brandon? World 6 or 7 or 8?
8.
I'm gonna die in 8. Okay, I can go on and die in 8 for you, sir. Hope you enjoy the bloodshed. So yeah, I always like to remind my mom about that. You know, that whenever I was growing up, she played tons and tons of Mario Brothers. If for no other reason than to remind my parents that they should never judge my video game habit. Oh, I just got bombed. This is gonna be embarrassing, Brandon. I hope you're happy.
I am.
Good evening, Pokey Nerds, the YouTube viewer. How are you doing tonight, sir? Oh, man. Brandon, I hope you're happy.
I am happy. Die again.
Die again? Why?
I don't know.
To satiate your bloodlust?
Yes. Because if you're not playing a game in misery, then you're not playing a game properly.
That is the weirdest philosophy I've ever heard for playing video games, man.
At least when it comes to watching someone play, I'm not here to watch you have fun. I'm here to watch you, just be to cry.
Well, I'm not gonna cry. I've screamed before, but I'm not playing like Lightning Returns or goddamn last fucking boss fight in Quantum Break.
Oh, for whatever reason, I thought you were going to go with the Prince of Persia thing from the week.
Oh God, oh God! Talk about frustrating last bosses. That one, at least the one in Quantum Break, is just hard. It's unbelievably broken kind of hard, but it's not completely impossible like in goddamn. Which one was that? The Two Thrones, right?
Was it Two Thrones?
Yes, it was. See, our person in the chat likes people to succeed in video games, unlike you, Brenton.
I just don't see how. It's just not even fun. If I want to see someone succeed, then I want to play. I don't want to watch you succeed. I want me succeed.
But I like winning in games, Brandon. Which is why I probably shouldn't have come to World 8 of Mario 3.
Yes, I have seen you die around the same location over and over again.
I'm out of. I mean, I'll be honest. I'm out of practice. I used to be better at this level because one of my favorite levels was the not this one, but the second one on the ship in the lava. That used to be one of my favorite levels in this game. Back when I was like 10 or whatever. Whenever I had the All-Stars pack, I guess I would have been 8 or 9 actually. I don't remember when that game came out. I just remember loving the hell out of it. I loved it so much that I bought it again for the Wii because, of course, I keep giving Nintendo money. Oh, Nintendo and Splatoon and its success. I mean, have you been at all tempted to buy Splatoon now that you have a console to play one of those games?
God, no.
Say it with more disdain.
I don't think I could. I mean, I don't even play my games I have currently that are multiplayer. That's just not what I enjoy doing. When I have people around or a group to play with, I might do it, not only because it's funny, but I would never do it on my own. It's the main reason why I haven't bought Overwatch. I just don't see a point.
I cannot get into the idea of buying Overwatch, and I don't know. I've heard it's good, but like you just said, I don't play my online shooters enough to. Like, I still haven't fulfilled my my 10-hour requirement for making you buy Battlefront whenever I got it.
Battlefront? Oh yeah, that's right. If you want to talk about a game I suck at, I can play Call of Duty. Okay, I can do that one. But for the love of God, Battlefield and Battlefront and anything of that nature just eludes me for some reason. I can die. I can do that a lot.
I'm really good at dying in Star Wars Battlefront.
Especially in the flying missions. I have no idea what the fuck is going on other than I'm being shot at.
I'm pretty good at the flying missions, actually. I
will
tanks.
destroy things, but I think most of the time it's bots. I don't think I'm killing somebody.
You know, it's probably bots that I'm killing, but I've killed actual players too, but probably not as much, if I'm going to be completely honest.
I mean, I don't see how one can actually get good at it. It just feels like you're lucky. You just happen to be lucky that round that you had more kills than deaths.
Well, I mean, let's be fair. That's how I feel about any shooter because I'm so bad at them. But
I mean,
I'm not saying you're wrong because you're better at shooters than I am. You would.
I mean, it has much to do with like the size of the maps and just how chaotic it ends up being. And, you know, with Call of Duty, yeah, it's a Twitch shooter, but the maps are so small that you're able to, honestly, in my opinion, strategize better than you ever could with something that's a map that's 3 times the size.
I just played that poorly. How am I alive right now? I don't actually know. I know we had one more story on the bill for the podcast. What have you got, Brandon?
I don't know. You'll have to explain this. It's the one about Kojima.
Oh my! Oh my! I kind of love this thing. So
all I read was like, no one gets it. And I'm like, dude, no one gets you.
I can't imagine what it must have been like for him to give the design document out for Metal Gear Solid 2. Have you ever read the design document for Metal Gear 2?
No, but I've heard, what's his name, talk about it.
Oh my god, it's glorious. It's insane. God damn it. I did not know that you could swim in the lava under the lava ship level. That is cool. So, alright. Whenever he was explaining the game of Death Stranding to the newly minted Kojima Studios or Kojima Productions, nobody understood what he was trying to make. At all.
I'm very surprised about that.
No! I don't know what I'm looking at when I see the trailers, other than, oh my god, hey look, it's Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah.
Which, I'm going to be honest with you, I can't wait to play this game because I'm not going to know what it is, but it's going to be something unlike any other developer will ever give us.
Did he tell us what the gameplay will be like? What it's going to be? What type of game is it going to be?
It's going to be a game you play with a controller, and there will be a plot because it's Kojima.
Is it an action game? Is it a what?
I mean, it looks like an action. It looks like it will be an action game. That is true. It looks like it will be an action game.
Will it? It could just be an action-oriented puzzle game. You don't know.
You're right. It could be an FMV game, for all fuck's sake. And he's just developing the most gorgeous engine in the world for it. Because have you seen the new visual demo they put out for the fog and, not weather, I guess, but fog and lighting system in the Decima engine? It's quite lovely. It's very lovely. It's a 15-second clip of something I think was actually in the last trailer they put out. But now you can see that it has new fog and lighting. But no, if you ever want to see what I hate to say it, but like Kojima is a genius because only a genius could look at video games the way that man does. I'm not saying that his games are perfect by any measure. I can see how people would hate the games he makes, especially Metal Gear Solid 2 because goddamn Metal Gear Solid 2 is a thing. I love it, but that is a thing. He gets downright metaphysical and philosophical, I can't use words apparently, about everything in game design when in that document, talking about the nature of sequels and memes and all this stuff. Like memes in an actual sense, not memes like we know them now because of Facebook and whatnot. It's glorious, and it makes me wish I could find a copy of the document of Metal Gear Solid 2 even more, because I've literally seen that disc once, and that was in Goldsboro at the GameStop. God damn it! I just died again. I am sucking, Brandon. Why'd you make me come to this world? I might have been able to get. I might have been able to get past level 1 of World 7.
Brad,
What?
you're supposed to jump on him.
Bitch, I know that. Oh, but I mean, anyway, can you imagine what it was like for Kojima to come into the studio back in 1997 and say, okay, so one of the major set pieces of this game is going to involve a psychopathic ninja who teleports around the room, and he's going to make a nerdy man, and he's going to make a nerdy man piss himself. Come on, like, can you imagine being in the studio whenever that's being said? I mean, I guess otherwise they understood, oh yeah, military game and whatnot. Wow,
How
that
did
was,
you get this game?
was horribly offensive,
even-
sir.
How did you even get that greenlit?
What, Metal Gear Solid?
2.
Oh, Metal Gear Solid 2? All those
Just
dollars
because of-
lining the engines of of Konami at the time, because it's not like Castlevania Symphony of the Night was a huge success, and also, man, how much money did they lose whenever they did Castlevania and Castlevania. Oh my God, what was the name of the crappy werewolf sequel? The N64 one, Brendan. How did I just die? Must have been a little too far to the left.
I don't remember that one.
You don't?
Legacy of Darkness.
Legacy of Darkness! Yes! That game was not good. I used my last warp whistle coming to this world, Brandon.
Well, to be fair, as much as I loved my 64, it had a lot of duds.
Yeah. But it had some good stuff too, like Space Station Silicon
Oh yeah,
Valley.
I mean, like I said, otherwise I wouldn't have loved my 64-bit. Al didn't have anything good, but it had a lot of bad games.
Yes, and what it had the most of was games that had awkward transitions into full 3D.
Yeah.
Namely, Castlevania and Castlevania Legacy of Darkness. I've never... I need to find copies of those games because I'm trying to buy all the damn Castlevania games. But it's rough because those are not the cheapest. They're not Dracula X expensive, but they're not cheap either. You
Actually, I
have
a
Dracula
copy
X.
of Yeah, I have that one. That was my first Castlevania game, actually.
Not the best first Castlevania.
No, but at the time I didn't know what the hell Castlevania was. I was like, this game's hard.
I remember borrowing it from you, and I got past level 2, I think. I never got much further because, ouch. Oh my. Don't die, Brad. You are big now. Don't die, because I would like to get to the ship mission and maybe do the really fast airship level that ends the second screen.
You've been on this same level for a while now, Brad. What's going on here?
My asshole best friend has been he demanded that I play the hard levels rather than the levels I'm any good at in this game.
To be fair, you did give me the option.
I did in fact give you the option. I just didn't.
You should not have done that.
I figured you'd make me do World 7. Most people hate World 7. Sweet, I made it! Woo! This is pathetic how badly I'm doing. But I made it. Alright. I want to try what the guy said, and I want to try swimming in the lava. I've never done that before because you know, I think that's a bad idea. Uh-oh. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Alright. I didn't die. Woo! Did we cover everything on the bill?
Pretty much. Unless you want to, unless we talk about the Activision thing.
Oh yes. Okay. I think that's fun. All right. Here we go. So, Activision is quite pleased with the sales of the recently released Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. Brandon, you played that. What'd you think?
I enjoyed it. It crashed, but just with a new set of paint.
Did you think that the graphics were ruining the difficulty curve of the original gameplay, or did you just understand that the originals were harder than piss? And
I just understood that the originals were hard, and I expected this one to be hard, so I didn't see a difference.
Okay, all right. So that means that you're not wearing the same set of nostalgia goggles as a lot of people. All right. So Activision is shocked, one, and now also they're gonna make more game collections like this of classic titles because hey, there's money.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do though.
I'm gonna. Excuse me, sir. Your rhetoric needs to go. Bye. Sorry. I just had to delete something in the chat because not.
Did
cool.
you delete the message, or did you delete him?
I deleted the message. I need to block him. I am sorry, sir. We do not do that sort of thing here. All right. Hate to be like that, but this isn't a family-friendly show, but it's we don't cater to being a jerk, and that was not cool.
Which is just the internet.
I know, but I know, Brandon. That is the internet, but if we can tell them it's not cool, then maybe someday they'll understand. Hey, I can't be a douchebag.
You know what? I know what I want.
Oh shit. Okay, so what do you want to release? And you better not say Pitfall, because Pitfall was...
No.
Pitfall does not need to be made in 3D.
A collection of the Star Trek games.
Okay, which Star Trek games do you want specifically, sir?
I'm not sure, because I've not played any of them, but I know that some of them are supposed to actually be good.
Okay, I know of one that's supposed to be good. And that's the Elite Force, I think is. Oh, god damn it! I just died again.
Oh no! Oh, what?
So Elite Force.
I mean, the only problem is that most of these were PC games, so
So you're just waiting on GOG in that case.
Yeah.
And GOG, I think, put Elite Force out, didn't they?
They have some of the Star Trek games. I mean, I guess I don't know if they'll actually do Tony Hawk, because they tried to do Tony Hawk and it didn't sell well because the game's a piece of shit.
Yeah, and that's not the game's, and that's not the original Tony Hawk's game's fault. That's them making a really crappy new one.
Well, that's true. This is a video game company we're talking about, and they aren't exactly the most logical people.
Well, I mean, actually look up the sales figures from the Tony Hawk HD thing that came out several years ago. Because that may have been what generated the new game, and maybe they would then realize that people just want the old one back. And
it got good scores.
Yeah, I remember that one actually doing pretty well. I missed my chance to get in lava. Guess I'll try it up here. I don't know. I've been trying to think ever since we talked about that story, that I've been trying to think of Activision franchises other than Call of Duty.
It's hard, isn't it?
It is. It's so hard. It's so hard to sit here and think, Activision games that aren't Pitfall. I guess that's just a sign of how few Activision titles I've played. Like, I know that they've been around since the Atari. Like, they are one of the oldest companies that's still around. Other than Atari, and that's just Atari in name only. That's not Atari in terms of legacy. Oh, sweet! You can, in fact, go under the level. This is. You can also die doing that.
I was about to say, does that help you survive in any way?
Apparently, you can swim under the ships. I tried. I guess I didn't go low enough, and then I got wrecked.
Oh yeah, it looks like you got smooshed.
Yes, I did. Oh, Brandon, whenever you put the podcast part of this out, you may have to trim down the live stream conversation a little bit.
Never.
Oh shit! I was carrying that bomb. Oh well, it's just gonna be really weird for who listens to it. Since this actual live stream is going to get is going to pay Nintendo's like carpet cleaner or something like that for about 10 minutes. Oh, that's a lie. That would never happen.
I mean, I'm sitting here looking at their titles. They really don't have anything. See, Tenchu really wasn't all that popular. I don't really see them doing that one.
You know, you say that, Brandon. You say that about Tenchu, but then last week when I was at work, we had to stay late because somebody had dropped some money in the wrong part of the safe. So the guy who ran the customer service office was stuck in the office for like an extra 40 friggin' minutes that night, as I run right into a monster just now. I'm so glad that it remembers that I've beaten the first level and just lets me go on ahead. So I'm talking to two of the cashiers and our security guard for like an hour because my work was done and I was just getting paid to sit there and talk about video games and books and movies and stuff, and I completely polluted their mind by informing them that Crooked Little Vein is a book that they should read. And by the way, if any of you kids are above the age of 18, you should totally read Crooked Little Vein. I love that novel, and I'm a horrible human being as a result. So I'm talking to these guys, and we get talking about the classic games, and they're like, "Oh man, I love Tenchu," and they're like, and all three of them are like, "Hell yeah, man! Why ain't they made a Tenchu game in a long time?" And I'm like, "What is this?" I thought I was the only person who knew about this game that still talks about it. And I'm not trying to say like in like an elitist way. I literally don't think I can remember the last person that's not a YouTuber talking about Tenchu in any capacity. So somebody still loves Tenchu, man. Don't even think that is not the case.
Honestly, I would still be surprised. I don't know who's actually asking for it. Those people are the first to ever.
Or that we know at least.
Yeah, I don't. It's not something I hear people talk about.
Me either. I mean, and there were two friggin' games, and then one on the Wii that tried to continue the franchise back whenever Nintendo was probably paying everybody to try and make like mature rated content for the Wii. And that one was supposed to be pretty good. I always meant to pick up a copy, but I never did. But Ninja Metal Gear did not catch on in a big way that I ever really noticed. Now that said, I don't know of it being a bad game. I don't. I know of it supposedly is a pretty good game. I just got grabbed by a hand and dragged into... Oh, hell! Oh, shit. I've made it a little bit further in the game, and now I'm going to die in a whole new place. Brandon, you want to stay on the channel until I beat the game tonight?
Well, that might take a while.
The way I'm playing? Yeah. But I have enough items I could probably get through the last couple of levels. In all seriousness. I do have a couple of things here. But I won't use them to get through these levels because these levels are not hard enough for me to not try. Oh, god damn. I said earlier that I have beaten this game. Brandon, can you confirm for these people that whenever we were in college that I sat there and I beat this game on the Game Boy Advance?
I have no idea what he's talking about.
You are
not
a good gentleman, sir. You are a foul human being. Oh shit, that fireball came after me. God damn it. Oh, how am I alive right now? Oh. Oh, well, anyway, as for the podcast, I think we are done with the podcast, Brandon?
I think so, because I really cannot find anything outside of Spyro that they could do. Because they really, when you really look at their titles, they're mostly a publisher of other people. They really have not been responsible for their own stuff for the most part.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, look, I'm looking at it like Quake. Well, they don't publish Quake anymore.
Nope, that's a whole different company now.
Yeah.
I miss Quake. I wish that I was good enough at Quake 1 to actually beat it, but I've only ever beaten the first 2 episodes. Oh, you son of a bitch! Nope.
I'm sort of disappointed that what we're getting is just the multiplayer thing. I like, the Quake tournament games,
yeah.
but I still would prefer a single-player Quake game.
And you know, the last one they did wasn't even that good.
What was that, Quake 4?
Yeah, that was super unmemorable. Holy crap! How did I not die from that opening fireball attack? Because I died there.
But to be fair, that was Raven Software. That was not id.
Yeah, wasn't Raven Software responsible for mostly like Quake ports to console? Welcome to the chat, Kevin.
They
TT20.
were responsible for some ports and some other things.
Oh no! And the last really good Quake campaign I remember was Quake 2. So, and that one wasn't even as interesting, I think, as the first one. I actually still like the first Quake's aesthetic more. Like they did something. They basically made a game more in line with like if Doom and Hexen fucked and made another game. So. That one was that's probably actually Quake 1 is probably still my favorite id Software game, especially if you're going for classics. I have not played through Reboot Doom to say whether or not I think it's better. I know that you think it's better, Brandon.
What's that?
I know that you think that the Doom from last year was better than anything else they've ever done, probably. Oh shit. Oh god, get me out of this level.
I don't know, in terms of like a story, Wolfenstein was far superior.
Oh god, the New Order?
Yeah, but just in terms of like just sheer gunplay and destruction and just killing things, I really can't outdo the new Doom.
Oh, and then I jumped right in the lava. That was ugly. I liked Wolfenstein: The New Order, but I was bad at that game.
Well, good. It shouldn't be easy.
Well, I know that games should not be easy, but like, okay, this entire past like 2 generations, like after Joe and I started dating, I started taking my gaming a little bit more seriously in terms of like my skill level, and I stopped playing games on like easy, you know, and like before that I played way too much on easy, you know, in terms of building up my skill level or whatever. I had to drop Wolfenstein to dead fucking easy to finish that game. It stumped me. And I'm talking about like halfway through I just got stuck. But I did play the demo of Doom and it was not as hard. Oh, okay.
No, it's not really all that hard. I mean, even when you start going up in difficulty, it's still not that hard.
Have you beaten it on a higher difficulty?
Yeah, every time I play it, I've increased the difficulty. And another thing I just love about it is that I can just boot it up and play. I mean, it's like Wolfenstein is very narrative, so it's not just I'm going to pick up and play Wolfenstein. No, if you're going to pick it up and play, you're going to play the story.
Yeah. And you can't, and that's something that you can do with the original Doom.
Yeah, so like with this Doom, I could just put it in and play, and that's what I do a lot.
All right.
It's like one of those games like Witcher 3 that I just keep installed on my computer.
God, Witcher 3 was good. So good. All right. I'm going to do this level, and Brandon, why don't you finish up the podcast discussion for us, so we can close that recording.
I thought we already did finish it.
Oh, we didn't. No, we didn't do our close. You stopped the recording, didn't you?
No.
Oh,
it's still going.
Okay. So, are you going to close the recording?
No, you do it.
I'm in the middle of a very difficult game level here, and I just died.
I don't care.
I died. Oh, man. Okay, so before I get back into dying, if you have enjoyed the show tonight, we hope you have. Thank you for listening/watching. If you're joining us on YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel or to our Podbean account where we do our podcast each week. We also do our book review show, The Expanding Universe, and we will have another episode of that coming up next week. This is the only recording we're doing tonight. Otherwise, you can subscribe. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter at ZTriggerLive. And these are all the fine ways to enjoy Z-Trigger branded content of things that we do. And thank you for subscribing, sir. Until then, we are closing out the podcast, and thank you for listening to the podcast. If you're one of our podcast listeners, we will see you next week. And that's it for tonight. So good night, and we are continuing the live stream going forward.
Yay! Later.
Good night. And now it's just a live stream of me sucking at Mario Brothers 3.
Oh, wait, that wasn't what before?
No, it was that before, but it was also a podcast. Oh my.
Oh my god.
I just saw the ages of our two chatting viewers. Please do not read Crooked Little Vein. You are not old enough for that book.
Bullshit. If women can go read Anita Blake before the age of 18...
Dude, Anita Blake is tame compared to Crooked Little Vein.
I don't know. I've only read the one book. Well, I've not read the one book. I've read the one chapter.
That chapter's enough.
Yes, it could be worse. We don't know that.
Macro herpetophiles are in Crooked Little Vein.
Macro?
Not macro herpetophiles, Brandon, yes. People who, like big lizards.
Oh, God.
Yeah. You don't remember me reading that chapter to you at the house that night?
I read the chapter, but I don't remember that word.
Oh man, you should not hate books. There are good books. There are very good books out there. We can recommend plenty of good books.
To be fair, at his age, I hated books too.
That's true. You got really into books over the past couple of years, though.
Well, that's because, yes, he's right. School kills book for people.
They do, because they make you read the most complete boring garbage books.
Yes.
And that's not good.
And
if you want to cultivate good reading practices in kids, get them to read good books. I got really lucky that my sister got me to reading.
You had to read certain reading levels and take tests on these stupid things so you get points.
Accelerated reader.
You couldn't read for fun. Fuck that.
God, man, I remember struggling whenever I went to E.E. Smith and they made you do accelerated reader, and I had to hunt for books over there. I read so many of those.
R.L. Stein book.
Oh no! It was I didn't read R.L. Stein. Oh, thank you for joining us, Magmatic Demonics. Thank you for watching. You have a good night, sir. So I remember reading all those Mary Higgins Clark mystery novels.
Oh my god!
There were dozens of them, and there were just so many of them, and they weren't bad. They were just really average mystery novels.
I don't think I've read any of those.
There are worse things, but they're super mass commercialized detective stories. I will say that the most interesting one that I ever read of hers, though, was actually based on the ongoing investigation into finding out who killed her daughter.
Like in real life?
In real life.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That would be interesting, I have to say.
That was an exceptional book. In all seriousness, that was very good. But that was the main reason it was so good was because I just killed myself. The reason that was so good is because it was entirely a book about an actual ongoing murder investigation. It was exceptional, but it was not comfortable to read because it was all real.
I bet.
See, what else did I read in middle school that was memorable? I read Shade's Children by Garth Nix.
Yeah, I remember you reading that. You bought that one, didn't you?
No, you bought that one, actually. I want to buy a copy, I just haven't found it.
No, I thought you bought it back then. Weren't they selling it in the books? Weren't they selling it in the library at one point?
No. They did not. I did not ever have a copy. I do remember my dad picking it up and reading it and thinking it was just really disturbing.
Well, your dad is weird.
I mean, I love my dad, but he does not understand context at all.
I read a number of Louis L'Amour books. Or Louis L'Amour or L'Amour?
Louis L'Amour, yeah. The Western novels.
Yeah.
A lot of people read those. A lot of people read those, and they read Redwall.
I don't think I read Redwall.
I tried reading Redwall. That was not my thing. It was too dry.
Redwall.
It was way too dry to be fantasy for our age group.
Oh my god. Oh, those. The one with
The mice. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I've seen that. That's been recommended to me through Goodreads a lot.
Well, you've read YA and fantasy, so yeah, that's not surprising. What else? I read The Golden Compass in 8th grade.
Never read that.
It was all right. I didn't know what it was about until years later, and if you want to know what it's about, it's very simple. Philip Pullman hates Christianity, specifically Catholicism. He loathes Catholics. That is the entire point of the Dark Materials trilogy.
Dude, how are those fish still alive?
Those fish are hardcore, man. Come on. They're just like, if this game had any sense of humor beyond regular Mario sense of humor, they would come out as skeleton fish. But they didn't have skeleton fish until Super Mario World. So, if I can ever get past this screen, I might be able to beat the game, Brandon.
Yeah, it's because you keep dying in the same spot.
I do keep dying in the same spot. Oh, it's sad. It's so pathetic. Oh man. I just hit the A button for no reason. I didn't have to.
Yeah, I really didn't read all that much. What was annoying is, I don't know about your school, but mine really tried to enforce that whole reading level thing.
Mm-hmm. Well,
so you couldn't just read whatever you wanted.
I don't remember that at E. Smith so much. Because that's whenever I'm saying the books I read in middle school, that's what I'm referring to. Was those years, and that was whenever also the Harry Potter books had become a big thing.
Yeah.
And I read those because, of course, I did. Everybody read fucking Harry Potter.
Yeah. I'm still surprised our school had those.
I mean, I remember the first time I read those. The AG teacher brought me her copies because she's like, Brad, you will love these books. You will relate to it so much. I mean, this is something you should absolutely read. And then I read it, and I was like, wow, this is really good. Other ones that she made us read that were good was Holes by Louis Sachar. We read Night with her. I can't exactly say that's a book that I can recommend to people. That's not an easy book to read. What else? What else did I read in middle school? I was reading Star Wars novels, but that doesn't count as far as for school.
Good job.
Because, that was what I got to read whenever I wasn't reading for class. That was the kind of thing. I will never forget that cantankerous bitch English teacher of mine in 7th grade telling me that I wasn't smart enough to read Star Wars books because I didn't like the stories we were reading in class, so I got a bad grade on a quiz.
What?
Okay, so I don't even remember what the story was about because it was a crap story in one of those giant, elementary/middle school readers that's got all the, miserable short stories in it.
Yep.
The thing that snuffs the desire to read out of children, those books.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't do well on a quiz. I got like a C on it or something because I read it and gave up. I don't care. This is boring. Like you do whenever you're in 7th grade and you don't like the crappy story you have to read. And sure enough, I'm reading one of the X-Wing novels. I think it was the Bacta War. So it was book 4. Loving it. And I'm reading in class, what our teachers would beg us to do anyway when we're doing our schoolwork instead of talking and all that crap because I didn't like anybody in my class. And she comes over to me. This bitch comes over to me, takes the book out of my hand, and looks at me and says, Brad, you're not smart enough to read a book like that yet.
Who was this teacher?
Judy Sharon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Crazy-ass woman.
I hated that woman. I really did. As a joke, whenever I self-published my book, I actually tried to friend her on Facebook just to show her, hey, here, I self-published a book What have you been doing with your life? Ruining children's dreams? Devouring their flesh? I did not like that woman. Her daughter eventually turned into a decent human being after spending most of her last year of high school telling people I was gay and dumb shit like that. Things that nearly got her killed by my sister, by the way.
Yeah, you know, when people go to college, they eventually find out that they really don't fucking matter.
Right. Okay, by the way, person who's asking me to subscribe to their channel in the chat, I'm sorry, this is actually our... I mean, I might do it with my actual channel, but with my actual with my YouTube account, but this is our show channel. We don't subscribe to anybody at all. Actually, Brandon, do you use this account at all?
Do I use it?
Yeah, do you use this account?
I'll log on to it and like look at things, but I mean, you can, when it comes to streaming, you can.
I didn't know if you subscribed to anybody on here because I haven't.
Oh, no.
Okay, I didn't think so. Oh shit! Oh my god, I made that jump. That's awesome. Brandon, I made it to the end of the level. I can't believe it. I did it. It's been so long.
Do you believe you can fly now?
No, I believe I can jump across some ships, though. I don't believe I'm going to beat this boss. Oh, come on now. Let's not die. I didn't die. Woo! Oh, God. Oh, shit. I died anyway. Well, damn shitty gameplay.
We are really behind.
We are behind?
Yeah, you know, we're just now starting the boss fight.
Well, you know, your chat with me is actually going on to the stream in synchronization with the game.
Oh, well,
things later
then
you're talking about them.
That causes some disconnection.
When will then be now?
Soon.
Ah, shit. I need to quit playing. I may not beat this game. If nothing else, I've got lovely Mario Brothers 3 footage on my computer for if I ever want to talk about Mario 3 for a few minutes in a video. Like Mario 3 really needs to be discussed anymore on YouTube. I mean, it's only one of the most popular games ever made. What more could I say about it? I'm not knowledgeable about it. So, oh shit, I hate the big Hammer Brothers assholes. I'm dead. No, I'm not dead. Woo! Didn't die. Oh man, what will I stream next week whenever we get on here?
Dude, can you not jump in a pipe or what?
That pipe's a pain in the ass to jump into because there's something like shaking the ground underneath you. At least that's my excuse. Damn it, Brad. That's so pathetic. Oh, boom. Alright, I think that's it for the live stream. Alright, thanks everybody for watching. We hope you've had a good time. It's been very nice to have a lively chat for the first time ever here on Z-Trigger, so thank you very much. We are going to be back here next week at about 10 o'clock on Friday night to continue our live stream with the podcast recording. I may get on live stream in between now and then. Like we said before, you know, go and check us out on YouTube and well, not YouTube, of course you're on YouTube already. On Facebook at facebook.com/ZTriggerLive. I'm putting that in the description of the video because my stupid self is not used to doing this just yet. Alright, but yes, thank you everybody and good night.
Night. You know what we should do?
What's that?
I don't know. I was going to say that we both should find. And somehow I don't know if we can, but one of the random Magic games for PC, and play each other in Magic.
God, that would be cool. Actually, even though that's not the best way to play Magic. That's still
I know.
cards.
Honestly, the one that the Magic game I want to play is the actual RPG.
Oh, the one that Per Jared's done.
Yes, I've been watching him play, and I was like, this looks like so much fun, and the way to get people to play, and the way I've actually always wanted to play Magic, because usually it's like